All right, grasshoppers, it is that time of the week again. Well, we got lucky here. Well, we missed James Patrick. I don't know where he is. Larry Melnick, thank God he's not here. And we have Ed Hicks. So I know we had in the past, we had Greg Locke on. He has a fundraiser for juvenile diabetes every year. And part of the fundraiser, they have a raffle. And this is Ed Hicks. His name got pulled out of the raffle hat to be on our show. I don't know if that's a penalty or a bonus for you, Ed. How you doing? Nice to meet you.
No, a bonus. Like I was telling you before the show, I grew up watching you guys on Channel 9. That's how I developed my love for hockey and the Rangers. So it's a real thrill to be on with you guys. Thank you.
Very cool. Very good.
But you got to. Where are you from again?
No, I know.
From Staten Island.
I love that island. I love that.
You were just
it's a better island.
Oh,
I love that island. That island is like Nick Fotiu built that island, didn't he?
He did. He is the pillar upon which it's built.
That's a sad state of affairs, isn't it?
You know, the Bronx, and they got Queens and Brooklyn and Manhattan, and then they got Staten Island. They have a picture of Nicky's face on there. Now,
big round face. Yeah,
it looks like a pie face.
No, that's a Ferris wheel, Ron.
Oh, that's a Ferris wheel.
Yeah. So Ron and Greshner and I were at the Ranger game last night. We're walking in, and actually some fan thought that Ron Greshner was Nicky Fotiu.
Yeah.
And some fan wanted to hug me. I think he thought I was Adam Graves, so he wanted to hug me.
Well, maybe you look like what's his name too, Brian Mullen too.
Yeah, Brian Mullen. Yeah. So I got all my swag on. I have my Winnipeg Ice hat. I have my Ranger slicker.
Oh, you got a big ice hat on?
Yeah, very nice. Thank you, Ron. And I have my Survivor buff on, so I'm all dressed up. Of course, Mel doesn't show up.
Yeah.
So Eddie, you work for the sanitation department in the city?
Yes, I do. 18 years been there.
Wow, very nice. So when's retirement then? How long do you keep going for?
I got another 2 to go, and then I'm done.
Good. What are you gonna do then?
Move to Florida.
Oh, really? Do you have kids and everything? Children?
No. Just me and my girlfriend, and we're gonna head down there in a couple of years.
Nice.
You know, we've been looking at it for a while, so just waiting to run out the clock at sanitation.
Yeah.
What part of Florida are you gonna look at?
I fell in love with the Fort Lauderdale area down there. So Lauderdale by the sea, it's just a beautiful spot. Only 15 minutes from Panthers Arena, so I could still catch some pro hockey.
Nice.
It's amazing. Like I lived down there for a while, you know, and I used to go over to Naples and stuff. And on the way back in the wintertime, you'd see, like I take my boys and my girls to the Ranger games there, which was hard to get tickets for that game. But I'd be coming back and I'd see, there's a game on right at the Sunrise. I'd pull in, like there's nobody there. Go up to the front, you can buy tickets for nothing, and you go in like you could buy 5 tickets for $50 and go watch the game because there was nobody at the game. Like I remember came back one time and Columbus was playing there. There was probably 3,000 people in the building.
In Florida.
And then there was with me and my 5 kids, there was 3,006.
So hold on one second here. We got a little technical difficulty. Larry Melnick's been drinking wobbly pops already. You've been sent 2 emails now, Mel.
Did you tell me he has to open them?
God. You have to turn the computer on. So, Gresh, that was pretty cool last night with Stan Fisher, right? You guys gave him a plaque, right? Because he was
they're all different framed and stuff, you know, different things in different years. He was, he, like I know he was kind of like the Islander guy, you know, like kind of that, you know, back in whatever.
And the Devils guy for a while too, right?
Yeah, Devils guy, Ranger guy.
Yeah.
The guy's a knowledgeable hockey guy. I mean, he knows hockey inside and out. I mean, I've sat with him. Became really good friends with him, and over the years, sat with him. And if you want to talk about hockey, like the 50s and 40s, and the guy's going to be 90 years old almost, right?
Yeah,
he's still walking around pretty good.
Yeah.
So how many guys have his span of knowledge? I mean, just the eras of hockey that he's watched. I mean, there's been so much evolution of the game through his whole tenure. It's amazing. Not many guys like him.
Yeah. So anybody that's just joining the show, Eddie here is Eddie Hicks. We have we take part in that fundraiser for juvenile diabetes that Greg Locke runs. And part of what they have is they have a drawing for the name gets drawn out of the hat and they get a chance to come on the show. We had Joseph Rosario was on last year. He's the fire chief in Pelham Manor. He's a walking heart attack. He eats cheese and sausage at 2 a.m.
So what happened? The other 10 people didn't want to come on before they picked before and they declined, and Eddie got to go on.
No, Eddie was the guy. He went. It's like winning the lottery. It's like $1 in $270 million, $1 in 270 million chance. Yeah,
that's it. Winner chicken dinner. I was in.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, definitely. Gresh, how's the juicer going? Did you get a juicer yet?
Tom, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about something that I care about. Okay.
Yeah, but hold on. There was a big push for the juicer probably like 2 months ago, and then that's just totally disappeared now.
I just haven't got around. I've been so busy, Tom, doing things.
Right. Do you want me to get one for you?
No. Okay. You'll buy the wrong one.
Eddie, do you use a juicer, Eddie?
I do not.
Okay. Are you familiar with the whole concept? Like I use my juicer. I get ginger root and I juice that up, and healthy for you.
Yeah, but Eddie, see, Tom bought one that only works from like 3:45 in the morning until 5.
Okay, so Susan Brooks is one of our followers here, loyal followers. So I go into the the Chase Lounge last night before the game, and there's Susan, like she's holding court, like she's the queen of the New York Ranger fans, and she's holding court there, like everybody's kind of bowing to her. You would not have met Susan Brooks, right, Eddie, or no?
No, I did not.
What a thrill! I mean, the thrill to meet her. Man, I got this swag on, but I got to get it off. I'm sweating my rear end off here.
Well, to her question, I honestly didn't think that was a 5-minute major penalty last night, but
yeah, yeah, I didn't either. Yeah, the Rangers played well last night. I thought they were really good, man. Just early, came out and played hard early.
I know. I was, first they lost the goal on the play they called offside. That should have been a goal.
Yep.
And then I just didn't think that was a five. I just didn't think it was a charging major. I mean, if anything, he definitely glided before he made contact. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a shame that he got hurt like he did, but
did he get hurt, the guy?
He had a pretty big gash over his eye.
Oh, that's part of hockey, Craig. That's like those things are nice to have when you go to the bar after.
All right, we're gonna try to get Mel on here one more time. He's whining. Larry Melnick1 at tellus.net. Oh, don't anybody know that? That's a secret.
Oh.
Yeah, it's top secret. All right, we're gonna try this one more time. Melnick, here we go. Here it comes. Now we'll get him on.
Can I get off then?
Nope, you're stuck there. So Eddie's got like 2 more years left on the sanitation department, and you're moving to Florida, right? Good.
That's it. That's the plan.
So where are you living now then? Where are you?
I'm Staten Island.
Oh, that's right. Staten Island. Yes. I forgot about
Tom, has it been a long time since we asked him where you were?
At
least 6 minutes.
Oh,
yeah. I'll ask again in 6 minutes.
And Eddie, you see what I have to put up with all the time?
I know. I see what's going on here.
It's like repeat, and then repeat again. You know? And Tom's not losing it. He's always been like that.
It's true. So Eddie, Ron and I roomed together for several years with the Rangers too. So it's a real highlight.
Oh, okay. So now I'm saying, besides the defensive connection, now I see another connection. Okay.
40 years ago, I had to take care of him. It was like a little baby pup, you know. You come, oh my God. So
hold on. So Larry Melnick has been on this show for a year now, and now the computer says the browser does not. So you need to go to either Chrome or Firefox browser, Larry.
No, Tom. What happens is when your email, it said when I got it, it said watch for a virus. So if he doesn't snap that off of there and then go another way in, he's not going to get on.
How'd you know to do that? Did you do that?
Because I'm a genius when it comes to computers.
You asked your daughter, is she there?
No, nobody's here. I just got lucky. It's not my forte. I was filling out this app one day. I guess is that what they call it?
Application?
App online, like whatever it is. And,
there's an app that you use on your computer. There's also applications.
Although it was called Canada, to go to Canada back in August.
Oh, okay. So you had to apply for that, yes?
well, you have to apply for you go on the app, you put all your stuff on there, like your vaccination stuff, and then your thing you get done for that and all this stuff. So I'm I'm so frustrated. I almost didn't want to go. I was like, F this shit. I'm going to stay home. So I'm doing it for like 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. I'm trying to get this thing done. My son comes walking in. I go like he goes. I tell him what the problem is. 3 minutes he was done.
No, I know. That's young kids now.
I go like it can't be that hard if they can figure it out. I should be able to figure it out.
Well, they were born. It's like asking them to fix the tractor. I mean, you could fix a tractor back in the day.
Yeah.
So but they probably wouldn't even know how to start the tractor right now, right? All right, so let's go a little bit of hockey here. So we had Lemieux out in Los Angeles got a 5-game suspension for biting. Did you see that, Eddie?
No, actually, I didn't see that.
Yeah. So the Lemieux that they've had here before get traded out there, and he got in a fight with one of the Sharks, I think, one in Calgary, and bit his finger. So they gave him 5 games for that.
Wow,
that's insane.
Why that much? You mean? Or
how did his finger get in his mouth?
I know, I agree.
Yeah, here you go. Here's my finger. He probably tried to gouge him or something, and he bit it.
Yeah,
He should have got 5 games. That's a bunch of crap. And he's like this. Oh, my finger.
Oh, and then he went so public with the whole thing too, right? Whining about it.
I thought he was a man. That kid, like a crybaby. Oh, my finger.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Yeah, because he's known as a tough guy. So
yeah.
Tiger Williams one time bit my finger. You know why he bit it? Because I was trying to gouge his eyes out.
Sure.
And I got in his mouth, and he bit it, and I had to go for a tetanus shot after the game.
Dale Hunter bit my cheek, the cheek on my face, not the cheek of my ass. But
I'm glad to hear that.
We were in a fight in Quebec City, and he bit me, and I was like, "What the?"
I mean,
well, after what he did to Pierre Turgeon, I don't think anything's out of the realm for him.
I know,
so.
yeah.
But I can't figure out. Like, you see, his hands weren't like just like he wasn't chasing his hand around. The guy's hand went into his mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. How did the fingers get into his mouth? Yeah. So.
Yeah, come on. Like, hold it. You watch the video. He's got his hands up by his face like this. What are you supposed to do? Go like, hey, ref, he has his hands in my face. Like, oh my God.
I know.
You give him 5 games for that.
I know.
That's a disgrace to the league.
And how about Brad Marchand gets? Sorry, Gress, you go ahead.
He gets 5 games for that, and the guy kicks the guy's feet out and gets 3 games, where he can really seriously, like, you injure my pinky or injure my spine, like.
Yeah. Well, and PK Subban, although some people don't believe, like with Reeves, PK Subban in the preseason game, don't think he slew-footed him. I thought it was pretty obvious he slew-footed him, but.
Well, it was more obvious than Marchand's, whatever his name is, Brad Marchand.
Yeah, I know.
Marchand looked like he was fighting to get grounds for the puck.
Yeah.
He's smaller and he's a little shit. And he's a shit disturber. That's how he plays.
He's been pretty good lately. And the question is, a lot of people are saying is there's that repeat offender rule. So if you hadn't had a suspension or been in trouble for 18 months, then you're not a repeat offender. And it's been like 3 or 4 years since he's been in trouble, and they're still giving him that suspension. Maybe I guess they would have given it to him anyways. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that, like, I saw that. That's not 3 games. I saw the thing, 5 games for biting.
I know. I agree.
Like, I only played a handful of games in the league, but
yeah,
nobody chases around with their mouth trying to find somebody's finger.
I agree.
I was at the Garden when Subban hurt Sammy Blais.
Yeah,
that looked dirty. I mean, we didn't get the benefit of that many replays. And then I heard as well, my friend told me that MSG almost ran like PK's like greatest hits like that he, that he's done that like several times.
Yeah, no, he has. He's done some nasty stuff.
I mean, that's bad. I mean, Blais' knee buckled bad in the corner. I felt terrible when he got hurt like that. I was like, just so unnecessary.
Yeah. So Eddie, you've been a Ranger fan for how long then?
Oh boy, I got hooked in like 77, 78, and then when they got to the Cup in 79 against Montreal, I was on. If I remember correctly, that was on Channel 4.
Right.
I think it ran on Channel 4, and so we got to see the games, the out of town games anyway. The
right.
The games
so let's forget that Ron's on the show, right? Just forget that he's here. What did you think of Ron Greshner when you watched him play when he's young like that?
Easy.
I mean, I don't want to be a homer, but he was one of my favorites. So I used to love watching him play. So
come on, I was hoping for that. All right. So besides Ron and I, who would be your favorite all-time Ranger?
Tom.
Hold on. Before, except for Ron and I, who'd be your favorite all-time Ranger?
I'm going to send Eddie to check after. I got to get his address.
I mean, I guess probably
you have to like
Brian Leach. Brian Leach, yeah, I would say. And I had the fortune of meeting him a couple of times, and he was just such a great guy to talk to, and such a personable, maybe like shy guy, but when I was talking to him one-on-one, he was very cool, very open. Talked about a lot of different things. Seemingly, down to earth guy, right. And he was just so talented. A guy that the Rangers drafted and developed, and just turned out to be an all-time great.
He was an old-time hockey player too.
Yes, he loved his cold beverages, didn't he?
Yeah, like when he slipped on the ice in the taxi cab or whatever that was. So
that's true. That's what happened. That's a true story. I know that because I was there.
So how did that get out? So the story was that he'd heard himself practice the next day at first, right? Was that the story?
No, he slipped. He slipped outside.
I know what the reality is. I'm saying, didn't they try to make it look like he got hurt the next day in practice?
Oh, I have to cut you off, Tom, with that one. I can't.
So Eddie, we have one of our listeners, this Ira Matthew. He works for a company that's supposed to be a profitable company, but they're a nonprofit because of Ira, excuse me. And he doesn't know how to spell it all. How is your spelling?
I think my spelling is pretty good.
Okay.
On point. Am I going to get tested?
No, I didn't get tested. No, it's not necessary. Because you can't be any worse than Ira. So
no.
Yeah. No. So where were you in 94 when they won the cup then?
94 was I made probably the worst decision of my life.
Oh.
I had a chance to, first I went to game 4, which was I'm sorry, that was in the Devil Series. I had a choice for the Stanley Cup, game 5 or game 7. Oh. Well, being that they were up 3-1, game 5 looked pretty good.
Yeah. I don't think you're wrong. That was a good choice. Yeah.
I thought that was going to end that night too.
Yeah, I definitely did. I thought it was coming home, but then so game 7, a bunch of my closest friends at the house, and what was cool was Staten Island just went like completely like ballistic. Like when they won, I mean, they were shutting down the boulevards and everything. People, it was like the happiest I've seen people on Staten Island, I think, in my whole life. Yeah. And it finally came to fruition that they won it.
That's cool.
It could happen again this year.
Man, they're looking good so far. I mean, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but
they got the goaltending, they got everything they need. It's like a lot different watching that team than it was a year ago.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to see that looks like Kakko's starting to come around.
Yeah.
And I mean, Panarin is just one of the best in the league. I mean, every night that guy does something that make you shake your head, Yeah. And there's so much little stuff that he does that doesn't get as much credit as goals and assists, but just the way the play always funnels through him, and then he always seems to make a play somehow, some way.
Right. And so, who would be your all-time favorite coach of the Rangers then?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I mean, it would obviously be easy to say Mike Keenan, but I wasn't really a big fan of his, even though he got the job done. But I hated the way he left and everything. That was,
I think he got the job done to a certain point, but I think it was a lot of Messier.
Yeah, definitely.
Messier, Leach, Richter. They had a good core to that team.
Here's an interesting choice as best Ranger, Lance Nethery. Remember Lance Nethery?
Oh my goodness! Wow.
So I got a funny story with Lance Nethery. When you first turned pro, one of the big things I want to be able to do is take my helmet off at practice. I don't know why I thought that was so cool. So I signed my contract with the Rangers. End of my senior year of college, went down to New Haven. First practice, I go out there without the helmet on, and Lance Nethery shoots a puck off my forehead. So,
but they postponed the game for 2 weeks.
No, it's practice. Broke the puck in half.
Didn't have any more pucks to play with.
Yeah, broke that one puck. It was square.
One puck was gone.
Tom, I wanted to ask you. I was curious. When I heard that I was going to come on the show, that I was because you were involved with the trade for
Marcel
Bobby Carpenter, right?
Yep.
Go back. Now, I mean, just because remember he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated back then.
Yeah,
that was a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, was he like? I mean, talent wise. I mean, was he really like that head and shoulders above, or was that more like they were really trying to push like a U.S. player?
Well, didn't he get 50 goals his first or second year, something like that? Didn't he get 50 goals in the season? Isn't that right?
I know he had his first, second. He had a big year. I'd have to double check, but
I think the anticipation was that was the real deal, that he was going to be this next great U.S. born player because of what he had done. And then he had a contract dispute in Washington, missed I think half the season or something, and so then that's when they traded him here to the Rangers for Mike Ridley and Kelly Miller. And then he's only here for about 2 months, I think. And then he and I got traded for Marcel Dion. So he had, listen, I've seen him since. He's a great guy. He does a lot of great things. Now, for some reason, he built this reputation that he rubbed people the wrong way. And so I think that was kind of
I think he did a little bit.
Yeah.
But that was one of the greatest trades ever for the Rangers.
Marcel Dion?
Yeah.
What was he, 75 years old or what?
Oh,
I think he was
There was essentially like 4 players from Marcel Dion.
Well, yeah, you end up losing Kelly Miller, Mike Ridley, and myself for Marcel Dion. Yeah,
that was a great trade. Thanks, Phil.
That was.
I don't know. Well, Gress never got traded, but one of the things you get traded is there's a little bit of an ego thing too. Like you want to know that you got traded for a good player.
Yeah.
And obviously back then there's no cell phones or anything, so I'd left the rink at 3:00, which was the trade deadline, thinking that I hadn't gotten traded. And I got home and found out I'd been traded. And I was trying to figure out who it was for. And they said it was a big goal scorer. And I thought it was going to be Bernie Nichols, who was a good young player at the time. And I thought, okay, that's pretty cool. And then found out it was Marcel Dion. I was like, oh, that's funny.
So what do you guys think? You think Ovechkin has a shot to break Gretzky's record?
Yeah. The way he's continuing to play at his age,
yeah. He looks like he's got a good run at it. But I think that as the year goes on, I think it'll wear down a little bit on him because of his age. Like that'll take its toll.
Yeah, Gus, you know what though? But I hear you, but it doesn't seem to have happened already. And I think he's learned how to play smarter, where he's not as run around as much. But
yeah, well, I mean, it's still a long, it's a long way to go. That's 150 goals is that's like a career for a lot of people, right, Tom?
Yeah. A career, a lifetime, 150. I didn't think I scored 150 goals in my life.
You did practice. You did.
No, it wasn't that many in practice.
Getting around in the warm-ups, I saw you fire him in the top.
That's true. So, did you ever travel to any of the Ranger games at all, Eddie?
Yeah. I used to try and make until things got COVID crazy. I used to try and make a trip a year.
Oh,
go see them in a different destination.
Yeah. So, what would be your best, the most favorite away rink then?
Wow, that's I mean, I always enjoy going up to Boston and beating them. That's always a joy.
Right.
So, and plus, Boston's a great city, a lot of American history there, interesting place to be. Yeah, I would say probably Boston was my favorite. I went to Toronto twice and we got destroyed both times, so that wasn't any fun.
Yeah,
but I'd say Boston right now is probably my favorite. But I gotta get back out there again. So I haven't been to a game in Nashville yet. I'd like to see a game.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yes. Hey, Eddie, do you have a nook in your house?
Do I have a
nook, like a little thing, like a corner table in your kitchen or anything like that? You have that?
I got a small kitchen.
Well, Ron's got a nook. How's your nook doing, Ron?
Oh,
is all clean. My daughter was cleaning the kitchen last night. She cleaned the stove, everything else.
Nice.
But I pay her.
Nice.
You know what she gets paid?
No.
She gets paid 60 minutes an hour, and all the fresh air. She's free.
Nice.
That's a good deal.
Yeah. That, or in the morning, instead of a ride to school, she can walk.
There you go.
That's her pay.
Eddie, what does your girlfriend do?
She's an attorney.
An attorney?
Yeah, she just got a new job actually, and she's working in Manhattan this week for a real estate firm.
Oh, nice. Wow. So she's intelligent then.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Beauty and the Beast. So
no.
It's a true love story.
Well, if she does real estate, she needs a guy to do title. I do title.
Yeah. All right. Well, now you're definitely gonna have to get me that phone number. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ron, in all seriousness, well, how about the cats, Ron? Are the cats still there or no?
Do you hear them or see them?
Well, I never hear them. I would occasionally see them.
They don't bark as loud as the dogs, huh?
Oh, I know. So, Eddie, I don't know. Would you live in a condominium complex house? What do you got, Ed?
Basically like live in a house. It's like a 2-floor house, so it's they have it split. You know, somebody rents upstairs, so we're downstairs.
All right. So I have a condominium. Ron and I live in the same condominium complex, and in my section we have like every barking dog in the tri-state area lives within 100 yards of my place. So,
And when I moved here, I didn't know he was living here.
you begged to get in. So
yeah. Begged?
Yeah, he begged. He went to the first. He didn't qualify to get in because of his reputation, and then he.
And now they know how. Now they want me to stay. They want Tommy out.
So there's a lot of dogs, small little yappy dogs, and so one night I'd had a couple of nights I'd had a couple of beverages and decided I would start barking to show the dogs.
There you go. You got to show them. That's,
yeah, really mature. Yeah, really mature. Really proud of myself. Yeah, woke up the next morning thinking, "Good job, Tom." That's the way.
Yeah. It's dogs. They're fun. Like dogs are. The good thing about it is Tom lives on that side of me, and then the other side is where the dogs are at. So I don't hear them.
Okay. Here, boy. So this guy, we don't know if this guy is a real name or not. Like he made that name up, Kondratidiak. This is called a buff, Billy Boy, from being on Survivor. If you don't know if I was on Survivor or not, so just pay attention. Mum Hickeys, hockey mum Hickeys. That is not nice. Wow.
Hockey mum's Hickeys. Oh my God.
That's not nice. So Eddie, we're gonna have to get you some Selly salts. We have 2 hockey mothers. This is Billy's way of trying to think he's funny. They live out in Michigan. They created this product called Selly Salt, so like celebration, and it's all spiced up salts and everything. So
really good too. Really, I like it. I enjoy it. The spicy one is really good too, Tommy. You add a little bit of that onto that.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'll be celebrating my meal.
There you go. So are you into fitness at all, Eddie, or like you in pretty good shape or what?
I'm in pretty deep. I've been unfortunately been dealing with a couple of herniated discs in my neck over the last few months, so it's been a little bit of a rough go. But still playing hockey, still being as active as I can be.
Oh, so you play men's league too?
Yeah, I play with Greg.
Huh.
I play with Greg Locke.
Oh, cool.
You got to get Tom out there. Tom's like he turned into a goal scorer. Got older.
Well, Bruce Driver was actually in this league as a goaltender.
Wow, really? Nice.
Yeah. So obviously they and he could shoot the puck better than most of the guys with the goalie stick. So it's if he was killing a penalty, they only needed him back there because he would just shoot it down the ice by himself. He wouldn't need the other guys.
And Eddie, do you even remember Larry Melnick playing at all? Do you remember him as a player?
I do. Now, my friend Leo reminded me. I think he had a pretty big fight with Dave Brown, right? I had forgotten about that until he reminded me. I was like, oh,
yeah, we can't.
But he's somebody you barely remember, though, right? You can hardly remember who Larry was.
He might not be as memorable as others. I'll just leave it at that.
Right. Okay. Good.
Oh, is he coming on yet?
No, he's not coming on. He's hiding right now. I don't know what he's doing. Seriously.
He's probably talking to Ira.
Yeah.
And I remember James Patrick used to have the the football
toilet bowl on his head. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, why did he wear that? What did he wear that for?
Well, he played about 21 years, and I think like 16 years of that he had the toilet bowl on his head. Yeah.
Yeah. Was that to hide the hickeys or?
Could have been.
Yeah.
Could have been. Yeah.
Oh, that.
Yeah. So what is James's team, the Winnipeg Ice? What's the record now? Like 20-1 or?
Yeah, they're 21-1, I think.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
21-1.
So James Patrick, who I know you remember, he's coaching this team here, Ron's nephew's team up in Winnipeg, the Winnipeg Ice.
Yeah.
And they're 21-1, number 1 ranked team in the Canadian Hockey League.
And so the reason they lost a game
Bad coaching.
Well, that and my sister didn't go to the game.
Oh,
You can't break the superstitions, that's for sure.
First game she missed all year at home, and they lose.
well.
I guess you picked a good one to miss then.
Like, so, Gresh, in the top 100 Rangers in that book, where were you ranked? Like 7th or 8th or something?
12th.
12th. I was 87th. Where do you think Mel would have been?
Where he would have been, or where he was?
Where do you think he would have been ranked? Like the all-time Rangers, like 972nd or?
Well, in his mind, third.
So just so you know, Eddie, we deal with Mel. He's a fantastic guy. We love him to death, but he's got some issues that have long-standing issues. He was abused by a young girl in school, emotionally abused. She told him that he would only be a Zamboni driver. That's the closest he would get to the National Hockey League. They did a book, the all-time great of all the great Edmonton Oilers. Mel was not in the book at all. He was the only guy that played for the Oilers that wasn't in the book. He's had a tough life. So we do a lot of like therapy with him, trying to help him out, and we think it's working sometimes, and then he has some setbacks. So
I don't think it works at all.
Yeah, I think so.
I feel bad for Mel. You know, he's got to live in Vancouver.
It must have been incredible to play on those like early 1980s, Oiler teams. That team was so ahead of its time. I mean, they were just playing a different game than everybody else.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately for us, we had to play against the Oilers or the Islanders in those years too. So we actually had Clark Gillies on one of our shows here, and he was pretty funny talking, but he's pretty complimentary towards us too, thinking that if they hadn't beat us in '84 when Kenny Morrow scored the winning goal, then we could have won the cup that year. But
yeah, that was a heartbreaker. I remember that one. Unfortunately, I remember that one.
Clarky was a good player. He was
yeah. Gresh, so what's going on the rest of the day today? What are you doing
today for me, Tom?
Yeah,
I'm gonna relax a little bit, do a little bit of paperwork, and go for a drive in my truck, pick up my daughter.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna think about something else to do after that.
Okay, good, excellent. I've got a coach. So Eddie, I'm coaching the Greenwich High School women's, or helping coach the Greenwich High School women's hockey team. So we get practice tonight.
The girls, women's team, or the girls team?
Well, I guess you could call them anything you wanted to. Women, girls.
No, I didn't know. I didn't know how.
I think they say it's women's team.
Oh, is it?
I've seen some things in the schedule say girls. I don't know. So the athletic director, I go back 17 years ago. I coached the men's team for 1 year. It was the athletic director's first year. So now I come back and coach the girls team, and all of a sudden he announces that he's retired, the athletic director. I don't know if that's got anything to do with me or not, but
I think it probably does, but we don't really care.
He's retired.
I think that you can't. How can you call it a women's team or a men's team? It should be just a hockey team, right?
Well, I think the women play on one team and the men on the other.
Yeah, but you can't do that. That's not against a woke field or something like that. What do we call that thing?
No, I hear you. I guess you could come up with some other determination, but it's pretty easy to just call when the women play on one team, they call it women's team.
Okay. No, I'm just wondering because I hear so many. I get confused with all this stuff sometimes,
I know. I agree. Eddie, how has COVID affected your job or anything like that? You guys have to be working the whole time?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, sanitation is not the type of job where you could work from home. So we were there through the whole thing. So it's at one point we maybe had about 35% of the people down with COVID in our shop there, and but we made our way through it, and we hung in there and made it through to the other side. So
nice.
Now I can understand why your neck or your vertebrae in that, because that's a tough job. You guys definitely don't get paid enough.
Well, I tell you honestly, we do pretty well. I mean, and we get some nice perks that go with it. Listen, I discovered early on. I discovered that picking up garbage not something I was going to be able to do for 20 years. So I moved into management pretty fast.
Oh.
So I said if I was going to bang my body up, I want to do it playing hockey, not.
Yeah, that's true.
It feels,
Like,
it feels better to have a bum shoulder from hockey than from picking up trash.
Yeah. Well, that's there's like all that. That's basically an essential worker, right? I mean, you guys are like on the front lines of everything, even though people don't, like the police officers and the EMs and all that stuff. But it wouldn't be very good without you guys.
Deb Minershagen, she tells us that's her name anyways. Eddie, we don't know for sure. What do you like best about your job?
I guess the few times that I guess when you get some true appreciation from people, people do appreciate situation. If there's extenuating circumstances, some particular eyesore in an area where unfortunately there is a lot of spots. I work in Brooklyn, where there's people, rather than dispose of their garbage the right way, they'll dump it out into dead ends and corners and things like that. So, with people, especially like I was in the Bay Ridge area, which 3rd and 5th Avenue there is very heavy pedestrian traffic and restaurants and very big nightlife there and stuff. So people want clean streets. People want to be able. They don't want to walk through filth and bags of garbage and stuff. So they appreciate when it gets cleaned up the right way. So that's something I could feel good about.
Well, I appreciate you guys. I think you guys are amazing because the world. I know it's going to sound kind of stupid, but the world wouldn't be quite right without you guys. And you guys do like amazing work. It's just everybody should be, between you guys and the cops and the firemen, all those that group of people should be applauded and cheered and not ever put down or yelled at or whatever. And people should learn to put the trash in the garbage pail.
Yeah, that would help. That would certainly. But New Yorkers are kind of in their own world, so they just think we're there to do it for them. I'm
not going to say exactly what I think right now because I'll probably get in a lot of trouble. So
go ahead, come on, let's hear it.
Okay, well, it's not New Yorkers. New Yorkers don't do that.
When somebody comes in from outside, like Philadelphia, people come up and dump garbage.
Whatever. It's like and it's like you go up to Canada. Like my son's up in Winnipeg, and you drive around and the streets are clean, and people get out of their car, put the stuff into the garbage disposal, whatever you want to call it, in the street, bins, and not just like open the window and fire it out the door, or you don't care, And I think that my father. I remember when I was a kid one time, I was eating like a chocolate bar, and you rip part of the wrapper off. It was like a crispy crunch or something. I opened the window up, and it went out the window.
Would that be your favorite chocolate bar?
No, coffee crisp. Coffee crisp.
Coffee crisp.
Yeah. Anyway, so my father was not very happy. Was not very happy.
Fire alarm.
Oh, that's your buddy PDG.
He just tried calling me too.
Short ass. Anyway, so a little bit of my God, stop. So anyway, the wrapper kind of went out the window. I grew up in Big Park, Saskatchewan. My father goes, "What are you doing?" Stops the car, makes me get out and go pick up the wrapper. Throw the crap out here.
That'll be a good lesson to not do it again. That's for sure.
Because you live here, That's why in my car I have a little bag. You put the stuff in the bag and then take the bag out and throw it in the dumpster. You know what I mean?
It's really not hard. It should be second nature. It should be you shouldn't want that. I don't know, but
when I'm driving,
that chocolate bar Gress was Crispy Crunch.
Crispy Crunch.
Right. Is that, do you eat Crispy Crunch now or?
No, but if I had one, I would because I'm hungry right now, Tom. Because the show interrupted my cooking, my meal.
Yeah, but we got to get you. No more chocolate bars. Healthy stuff. Healthy food.
Those are healthy chocolate bars. Crispy Crunch. Think about it. Good for your teeth. Anyway, that's my opinion. I got when I see somebody come down, like you're driving on the highway or driving in town where we live here, and I see somebody throwing shit out the window. I like that, like a big ram thing in the back in front of my truck. Like one of those big bumpers. Just like run into them.
Yeah. Well, here's a great idea by our boy Dougie DeVito. Beaver Rub chocolate bar. Have you ever heard of Beaver Rub? Eddie, have you ever heard of Beaver Rub?
Don't say that. Don't say it. Don't. I know you're thinking it, but don't say it. Go ahead.
So, there is actually a real product. And again, once again, the great Larry Melnick found this product called Beaver Rub. He claims he has some. So, Eddie, what's your favorite chocolate bar?
I like. I always like a Reese's because I like the peanut butter. But my old time favorite is a Charleston Chew.
Charleston Chew. Oh. Interesting. You should
It
have
was
said
it was just like a long chocolate bar, like with nougat. I mean, very simple, but
Eddie, I was hoping you were going to say you don't eat chocolate bars. Okay, it's a healthy show.
I didn't say I did it. You just asked me what my favorite one was.
Oh, okay, good point. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
So William Contratuki Diggy, who's on a little late, we've explained this twice already. So do we help out with the juvenile diabetes charity that Greg Locke puts on upstate New York a little bit? And there's part of the event is they have a drawing. People buy tickets, and Eddie's name was pulled out of the hat. And the deal is he gets to come on the show. And as long as Eddie's on the show, we don't have to have Billy Contradidiak on the show. So good.
That should be good for ratings.
Yes, definitely. Well, worse if we had Bill Contradidiak on. Kondratiak.
Hey, Eddie, are you a beer drinker?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I got one for you. Hold on a second here.
Hold on. Here's our boy that was on last year, Joe Gerio. He's a pepperoni bar. That's his chocolate bar.
Pepperoni bar.
Yeah.
Do you recommend that? Is that okay? Or?
No, it's not okay. And the thing is with him, he did anyways. I've heard he's cleaned up his act a little bit. He was eating cheese and sausage at 2:00 in the morning, and his daughter was trying to get him to change. I just told him to go ahead and blend it all up in a blender, all that, and just shoot it right into his veins so he could block his arteries. Right away.
Okay, here I got one. I got one here for you. This lady goes to this guy. He goes, "Do you drink beer?" And the guy goes, "Yes." Right? She goes, "How many beer you drink a day?" Man goes, 3. How much do you pay for a beer? He goes, probably $5 for the tip. He goes, how long you been drinking beer? The guy goes, about 20 years. She goes, 3 beers a day, $450 a month. That's like $5,400 a year. Over 20 years, that's $108,000. The man says, yeah, that sounds about right. She goes, do you know that you put your money in a savings account, and after the interest would be compounded, you'd have enough money to buy a plane? The man looks at her, he goes, do you drink beer? She goes, no. He goes, where's your fucking plane?
Listen, I think that's $108,000 well spent. As long as you had a good time drinking.
Absolutely.
Well, Tom and myself were talking about it yesterday. We were going, if you just take for me, just take the 70s or the 80s. Like, like there was, I didn't start drinking until I was 12. So I had time in there to, and so he figured that in the 70s I must have drank at least at least 5 or 6 beers a month.
What month?
maybe an hour. But
Oh God.
Month hours.
Oh God. Yeah, you sit down at the bar back then when you were in shape and stuff. You could drink a beer every 15 minutes, right?
Forever, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And between those 4 beers, you had 2 shots.
So you've got a little bar that you hang out at, Eddie? It's a local establishment or what?
Yeah, there's a couple of cool places here on the island. I like to go hang out,
right?
Have a beer. I was actually thinking after the show today of going over there and having a couple.
So when you walk in, they all yell like, Eddie's here.
No. They think they look at me and they think I'm a cop.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
They think I'm undercover.
Yeah. When I go places, sometimes they think I'm with the KGB.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I think you definitely could have auditioned for the Americans.
Yeah, definitely. I flew out to LA for something, and it was kind of cool. I had a long jacket on and got in a cab, and the cab driver, he was really nervous. They started, hey, Cabby, what's going on? I started talking. He goes, oh, thank God. He said, I thought it was KGB, that they're all, I guess the cab drivers are all somebody there. I can't remember some nationality that they're against Russia or whatever. And so every time I got in a cab when I was out there, I didn't say anything. I stayed really quiet all the time. The cab drivers were just shitting their pants.
Wow.
I think you definitely could. You definitely have the look for. You could play a bad man in a movie. I think you can. I think you could pull it off.
Yeah. Be Ron Gresher's bodyguard in the movie.
Yeah. I need one of those.
Yeah.
I leave the house so often.
Tom Putin. A lot of people think of like Vladimir Putin too.
I remember I did a Tom Putin. All right.
That's what we got. I keep forgetting to call Clark Griswold. So Gresh used to have one of those cars that the paneling on the side of it, you know?
Oh, so did I.
It was a car. It was a truck.
Truck.
It's a truck.
Oh, it changed. Last week it was a car.
A Wagoneer, big Wagoneer back in the 80s.
Yeah, well, last week isn't a Wagoneer a car? Isn't that the slash car truck kind of thing?
No. It's a big Wagoneer. It was a big truck back then. Had the wood panelings on.
Oh yeah. I had the Grand Marquis with the wood paneling on it, like the wagon. Oh, that thing was absolute beast. I love that car.
So just remember, you can say whatever you want in the show that just stays between us. What do you think of Chris Katsopas? Do you remember him as a player?
Not as much as other guys. I remember the name, but
right. So you really don't remember him at all?
No.
That's between us. Nobody else is going to know that. That's just us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry to say it. I don't remember him.
Yeah, okay. I'll make sure he doesn't hear that. That's
like it's funny because Nicky Portillo is Greek, right? And then Papos is Greek. So they fight over who the big Greek is.
Oh.
You know? So you're with one guy, you go, yeah, I talked to the big Greek. And the other guy, you talk to the big Greek. They want to both be the big Greek. You both can't be the big Greek. There's only one big Greek.
It's true. It's true.
That's Pieface because he's the oldest.
Yeah. Oh man.
Speaking of beer from before, one of my favorite beer stories of all time was in the sanitation. I played with the pipe and drum band. Oh. So we played at St. Patrick's Day, the parade up Fifth Avenue. So we end up on the Upper East Side, and we're just kind of standing outside this bar on First Avenue. And who walks out but Rod Gilbert holding a champagne flute of beer. And he just came out and like, it was weird. Like nobody really recognized him. And I said, hey, and he came over and I said, would you sign my drum? And he was very happy to hold his beer in one hand. And I handed him a marker and he signed my drum.
That's Rod was like that.
So love Ira Matthews' Tinder profile back in front of 30 Rod.
What?
Let's see Ira Matthews. That's his Tinder profile. that was Mark Harris. That was good. Good job. Oh, that was funny. Very funny.
Oh no.
Ira's on Tinder. I wonder how he does Ira. They just women out there that can't spell and they hook up.
Must be interested trying to get the address to go pick each other up.
That's right. They can never hook up because they can't spell their address right. They write down the wrong phone number.
Where you live?
Yeah, right. That's it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I hear you.
Give me your phone number. Give me your phone number. It's only 6 digits.
There's a couple good bars in Staten Island.
Remember we went out to an event and it was a pizza place or something a few years ago with Nikki.
The Rib place, yeah. Greg Fossil.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, Ira Matthews and his Tinder pic. Oh, we should get Ira on there and talk about some of his dates from Tinder.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
What is Tinder?
You know what it is, Rod. Come on. You know what it is.
Like a dating site?
It's one of those dating sites, yeah. You've got a profile there. What are you talking about?
Yeah, right. Yeah. I need that. Like that's the last thing I want is a date. I've been married twice. I had enough dating then.
That's a good retirement plan, isn't it? Getting divorced twice.
Oh yeah, then you're good. You're good. You don't have to worry about. You leave your shoe. Like I like it being single, is when I come in the house, take my shoes off. I know where they are when I go to leave.
Right. So Eddie, how did you get away with not getting married all this time? Did you smart enough that you just?
No, I'm divorced once.
Oh, there you go. Okay, all right. Now you're part of the crowd. Yeah,
Yeah.
Now you fit right in.
yeah.
You're still an undergraduate, but you fit in because we've been there twice.
Oh, yeah, exactly. A little bit more work.
I didn't go for the second one yet. But
I think Tom's going to go for that. Tom's going for the hat trick.
Come on, Eddie. You're a quitter, Eddie. If you don't go for two, you got to try for two. What are you talking about? Has your girlfriend ever been married before?
yes.
Oh, so she's done it too. So she's like,
Yeah. So we're of the mutual, like, we're good where we're at right now. So.
Yeah. So see, that's a pretty good mix right there. Two intelligent people have done it once, didn't work. No need to do it again. I like it. Good job.
Well, I mean, everything we do is intertwined anyway. I mean, for all intents and purposes, we are married in the sense that, I mean, we live together, we do our finances together. I mean, we have investments together. I mean, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good. Excellent. Ron, you'd get married again, wouldn't you, if you found the right girl?
What?
You'd get married again, wouldn't you, for a third time? Why not? Don't be a quitter.
Yeah. She was worth about $7 billion.
Oh, you'd marry for love. Come on, what are you talking about?
Yeah, love.
Well, yeah. Well, you got Bill Gates' ex-wife is out there, right?
Oh, that's right, too.
Right? She's
right.
available.
Yeah, totally.
I'm good. I'm good right now.
Okay. Right.
I got.
And Jeff Bezos' wife is ex-wife is out there, right?
Right.
So,
Right.
There's billions between the two of them, right there.
You got to figure there's a reason why they're not together. All those people.
Yeah.
Well,
you say there's something wrong with it. There's a reason we're single too. I mean,
there's something wrong with us too. I mean, I'm not. Whatever. Just things don't work out sometimes.
This Pete actually works for Tinder. He's reporting that your Tinder profile just crashed.
Ooh, rough one.
Well, people saw that he was on there, and everybody all the women got on that site, just couldn't wait.
Oh God! What does it crash to? What?
It just was too much traffic.
Yeah, so many people looking at your profile.
Yeah, my profile. I hope it's that picture of me on there.
There's that nude picture of you walking through the locker room with a cigarette hanging out of your mouth.
I used to go sit with my shorts, sit on top of the bike, and have a cigarette. Somebody asked Ian last night asked me how I was feeling because I had triple bypass, a few months back, right?
Yeah.
I go, I don't feel too bad. I mean, I didn't start smoking until I was 12. Didn't start drinking until I was 12 and a half. And didn't quit until I was 60. Smoking 66. So I got enough years in there. I fit it all. I fit everything in. I don't regret anything. I probably would have been a little more intelligent, not maybe have as many.
Oh, see, now the truth starting to come out here now. Gresh's Tinder profile is under Ronnie Ranger.
Under what?
Ronnie Ranger.
Yeah, that would be me.
Oh, God.
You would picture my ass on there?
So, women, if you want to go, that's all there is, just a picture of your ass.
And it's amazing people recognize it.
It's true, too. Oh, God. It's got a big crack in it. Yeah. fell down and cracked it one time.
Yeah. Oh. Hey, listen to me. I can't say it.
Listen to me.
I can't say it. That's okay.
So you women out there, now the truth is out. If you want to see Ron's Ranger profile, it's Ronnie Ranger.
Yeah. Call me. If my phone number's on there, call me.
Yeah. Ira wrote it down, so it's only got 6 digits.
Where are you getting it today?
Oh, God. Oh, it's been nice to not have Mel on, right?
Mel who?
Yeah, you're right. Good point. Yeah.
Oh.
So Eddie, do you get to a lot of the Ranger games now? Well, that's what you share with that. Man, that's the second time I've asked the second question.
Oh my God.
You share with Greg Locke, right? That's right.
Yeah. It's still fun to go to the games. I mean, nothing like being there.
Eddie, I don't want to put you in a bad spot right now, but just in case Tom asks you again, where are you living?
Staten Island.
It's good to be thorough, Ron. It's good to be thorough.
He's vetting to make sure my answer is the same.
Yes, that's right too. Yes, I'm with the KGB.
He's doing that army thing.
He just wants to make sure Nikki Fatio is not putting me up to it. So.
That's right too. That's right. Yes, KGB. That's my KGB training.
Between Nikki and Tom, you never use a hair dryer ever when like let everybody else go first, right? Because they would fill it with the baby powder and all that crap. So many guys.
Oh man.
So Nicky was the best at the practical jokes, and one of his best practical jokes I thought was putting baby powder in the hair dryer. So I've told the story many times, but so one time before a game at the Garden, I thought I would do it before, like Eddie would do it after the game. So I thought I would do it before the game, set it all up. So it was like 5 hair dryers livened up. I put in one hair dryer a whole bunch of baby powder. One of our assistant coaches, Jack Birch, his job was to go up in the stands, use the eye in the sky, but he had this whole routine. He'd work out, shower, put his contacts in, get all dressed and everything, and then he would dry his hair. And we were like 30 seconds. We're just standing up and getting ready to go on the ice for the game. We'd got warm-ups done and everything, and he's doing his whole routine. And all of a sudden, the hair dryer goes on, and I'm going, oh, God, no. And it ended up, he grabbed the one hair dryer I put baby powder in. He's yelled, Laidlaw. Guys were dying laughing. We're trying to go on the ice for the game, and the guys are just dying. And I'd like to tell you that I set it up just to get him. I didn't try to, but it worked out that way. So
there was some crazy stuff. That first year I was in the league, there was a guy named Gilles Marat and Greg Polis right on the team. So I'm 19 years old, and like we just didn't do that stuff in junior. They cut the guys' laces because you cut the laces, you didn't have laces anymore in junior. Right. So you got one pair. So anyway, Greg Polis cuts Gilles Marat's laces in his skates. So we had to take him out to go on practice. He was late and all this crap. Got fined $50, whatever it was. So the next day, Marat gets there early. Guess what he does to Polis? Instead of going to the bathroom and putting it in the toilet, he put it in the skate.
Yeah, you told me that. That's right, yeah.
Oh, man.
So I'm sitting right across the room from them, and this is in Long Beach in Long Island. And you're sitting there and you're going like, how can they not smell it over on that side, right? But everybody was drunk back then in the morning, so nobody knew anything. And it smelled so bad, and he almost got his foot into it. Like he got it in, and his toe touched, and then he pulled it out.
Oh God!
Oh my God! And it was like, imagine like. There wasn't like it is today where you had like a bunch of skates. You had one pair of skates that were used, and you had a backup that you never hardly ever used. Oh my God, what a war that was with those guys. They were like, it was like I just never could never fathom doing that to somebody's skate.
we did other things though.
But then I think Rick Chartres did one even better than that.
What did he do?
I think it was Chris Contos had a hat.
Oh yes.
And he instead of going to the men's room and doing number 2 in the toilet, he did number 2 in the hat.
Yeah. Well, it was an emergency, right? Yeah.
It was like he couldn't make it all the way, so he.
Yeah. Oh. I don't think Chris really had a good sense of humor about that either.
No.
Yeah.
He was a first overall pick, I think. Wasn't he like an 80?
Not first overall. I think first for the Rangers, right?
First rounder.
Yeah. Oh, well, Eddie, it was great to have you on the show. Thank you very much for donating for that cause too. I know you're friends with Greg, anyways. For everybody who doesn't know, Greg Locke puts on that charity, the fundraiser for juvenile diabetes. And part of the charity, they have a raffle where people can buy tickets to come on our show. Eddie did that. And then when the show won the ability to come on, he's from somewhere in New York. I think like Staten Island. I think he's from
one of the boroughs.
Yeah, one of the boroughs.
He's the forgotten borough.
He's from the home of Pie Face.
But thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. It was great to be on. It was definitely better without Mel. I won't lie. So,
yeah.
See, maybe we'll have you back. Eddie. You've been a good addition. All right, we're going to let you go now. Gresham, I'll say goodbye. Great to have you on. Thanks very much for donations too in that event. So
thank you guys. My pleasure. Take care.
You got it.
Now we'll talk about Eddie behind his back too. He was awful. Man.
Are we done now? Or are we still on?
No, we're still live. You're still live. Don't say anything wrong.
Eddie's gone now?
Yeah, we got rid of him. Yeah. I figured you'd want to talk about him behind his back, right?
No, I can't do that to those guys. The garbage guys.
That's true.
Cops, firemen, anybody else I'll talk about, I'll rip them a new ass. But
There you go.
those guys, you can't do it. That's like, just think about this. If we didn't have garbage guys, what it would look like outside.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
You know?
Look like New York City. No, that's not fair. That's not fair.
That's not fair.
I know it's a terrible joke. Bad joke. All right. Well, geez, this is kind of refreshing, right? To have just you and I on and no Mel. I miss Jeep. But yeah.
Jeep who?
Nah, good point by you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a little bit too big for his britches now, too, right? Because he's like coach of the year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, Gresh, great to see you. I haven't seen enough of you. I was with you all last night, for God's sake.
It's like, it's enough. I had enough. I'm good for like
Till tomorrow.
Yeah. See you tomorrow. Okay.
All right. See you, buddy. See you next week.
Bye.